BTS News Today. The atmosphere at the BTS performance was already electric, with thousands of fans singing along and cheering for every moment on stage. But then, something unexpected happened that transformed an ordinary performance into an emotional moment that many ARMY members will not soon forget. As Jimin BTS performed in front of the crowd, his attention was suddenly drawn toward a young cancer patient among the audience. The child was watching the performance with visible excitement, and when Jimin noticed them, he appeared to pause and focus on the young fan. For a moment, the energy of the venue seemed to change. Instead of continuing immediately with the performance, Jimin took time to acknowledge the young fan. His expression became noticeably softer, and he appeared genuinely touched by the sight of someone facing such a difficult battle while still finding happiness in BTS's music. The interaction quickly became one of the most emotional moments of the event. Fans in the audience could be heard reacting with cheers and emotional cries as Jimin showed his characteristic warmth toward the young ARMY. What made the moment especially touching was that Jimin did not treat it like just another interaction with a fan. His attention appeared completely focused on making the young patient feel seen and appreciated. For someone going through cancer treatment, even a brief moment of encouragement from an idol they admire can carry enormous emotional meaning. Videos and reactions surrounding the moment quickly captured the attention of ARMY Online. Fans described Jimin's gesture as proof of the compassion and kindness they have come to associate with him. Many said they were unable to hold back their tears while watching the interaction. The moment also reminded fans that behind the massive stages, sold-out concerts, awards, and global headlines are deeply personal connections between BTS and their supporters. Jimin has often spoken through his actions about the importance of caring for others, and this emotional encounter once again showed why so many fans feel connected to him beyond his music. For the young patient, meeting Jimin may have lasted only a short time, but the memory could remain with them for years. In the middle of an enormous concert filled with thousands of people, Jimin managed to make one young fan feel as though they truly mattered. And perhaps that is why the moment affected ARMY so deeply. It was not about a spectacular performance or a major achievement. It was simply a human moment between an artist and a young fan facing an incredibly difficult journey. As emotional reactions continued to spread, one message became clear among fans. Sometimes the smallest gestures can become the moments people remember forever. For ARMY, Jimin's decision to stop and acknowledge the young cancer patient was more than just a concert interaction. It became a powerful reminder that kindness can shine even brighter than the stage lights. And for one young ARMY, a night that began with the excitement of watching Jimin perform may have ended with a memory they will carry for the rest of their life. As reactions to the emotional moment continued to spread across social media, fans began sharing their own thoughts about what Jimin's gesture meant to them. For many ARMY members, the scene was difficult to watch without becoming emotional. The young patient's presence in the audience gave the performance an entirely different meaning. While thousands of fans had gathered to celebrate BTS and enjoy the music, the encounter between Jimin and the young fan created a quiet reminder that music can provide comfort during some of the hardest moments in life. Fans praised Jimin for appearing to recognize the importance of the moment rather than simply rushing through the performance. His expression and body language conveyed warmth, and the audience responded with overwhelming support. Across online communities, ARMY members described the interaction as one of those rare concert moments that could never be completely planned. The stage may have been carefully prepared, but the emotion of the encounter felt spontaneous and deeply personal. Some fans also reflected on Jimin's history of showing compassion toward people who need encouragement. Whether through charitable efforts, messages to fans, or simple gestures during public appearances, Jimin has repeatedly demonstrated why his personality resonates so strongly with millions of people around the world. The emotional response became even stronger as fans imagined what the young patient might have been feeling. Cancer treatment can be physically and emotionally exhausting, particularly for a young person. Having an idol they admire acknowledge them during such an important night could potentially become a cherished memory. However, ARMY members also emphasized that the young fan should remain at the center of the story rather than the celebrity involved. The most meaningful part of the encounter was not simply that Jimin stopped for a fan, but that a young person going through an incredibly difficult experience received a moment of happiness. That perspective made the story resonate beyond the BTS fandom. The story also sparked conversations about the role music can play during difficult times. For patients and families facing serious illnesses, favorite songs and artists can sometimes provide a temporary escape from fear, hospital rooms, and difficult treatments. A concert can become more than entertainment. It can become something that gives people a reason to smile. And on this particular night, Jimin appeared to understand that. The performance eventually continued, but for many people in the venue, the emotional interaction had already become the moment they would remember most. The lights, music, and choreography may have filled the arena, but the image of Jimin pausing to acknowledge a young fan remained the strongest memory for countless ARMY members. As the story continued circulating online, fans reminded one another that idols may perform for enormous crowds, but every person in that crowd has their own story. For one young ARMY battling cancer, that story happened to intersect with Jimin's for a few unforgettable moments. And sometimes, a few seconds of kindness can become a lifetime of memories. The emotional moment also served as another reminder of why BTS's relationship with ARMY has always been described as more than a traditional artist and fan connection. Behind every concert ticket is a person with dreams, struggles, and hopes, and moments like this can make a massive global stage feel surprisingly intimate. Jimin may have returned to the performance, but his brief pause created something that could not be choreographed. It created a moment of humanity. And that may be exactly why ARMY around the world are still talking about it.
This ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that